We are here at the end of the season. The Panthers have got through all the way to the final along with the Brisbane Broncos. It's exactly what most people were hoping for, a very high quality grand final, and we're going to see it at 100% here. Let's compare the teams. Let's go through some stats there, and I'll give you my take on who should be winning this one. And look, I'm not going to be surprised if either team comes out and wins this one. I just hope it's a high quality game. And if the Panthers do come out and win this, then we can say, yep, they played great. They 100% deserve it. A three-peat is very, very hard to do. Not many times it has happened before. So let's go through these backlines to kick things off. And you've got Edwards v. Walsh, two very, very different players. Both serve a really strong purpose for their squad there. And for Dylan, it's just going to be about having a strong 200-meter game, being in the right position at the right time defensively, and obviously in offense as well. Popping up whenever Cleary and Luai need him, and being on the back of some nice passing sets out the back, finishing there, getting that ball to To'o there, getting the ball to Taruva there. And we have Tungo in there. He's good to go. We got Crichton as well. So a full strength side for the Panthers, and the same there for the Bronx, which is great news as well. Looking at the other side there, and we know the Panthers basically have the strongest back five. And then you add Luai to the list, who got through unscathed last week, and that's the biggest news out of that game there, was that they played really well, but Luai was able to get a little bit extra rest and not cop any more knocks on that shoulder. You're looking at the Broncos, and their backline is super strong. Obviously, their weak link right now is Jesse Arthurs. If you're comparing him to everyone on the Panthers side, I know that the Panthers will be kicking to Arthurs. So seeing how he nullifies their long kicks, obviously the high kicks to his wing there, is going to be super important in deciding this game, I think, and how that side defends, Farnworth and Arthurs. Can they defend strongly there? If you're looking at Walsh v. Edwards, Walsh is going to come up with so many more match-winning plays, but he'll also have the mistake in him. So what happened last week, I don't think can happen in this one, because we know that guys like Stephen Crichton are going to pick off those long passes. Walsh needs to stick to that run-first mentality, getting those gaps early, and then make the Panthers change the way they defend, so then he gets a few more options on the outside there. So yeah, both backlines could be great on the day. I think just you're going to get the consistency out of the Panthers guys, whereas Walsh is going to be a little bit inconsistent, but is more of a game breaker. And Arthur's, if he does his job, awesome. There's going to be no knock on or no backward step if you're comparing him to someone like Taruva. But if he happens to have an error or two in his game, just through lack of experience, and he's been in and out of first grade, obviously with Corey Oates being there, he's going to be the guy to sort of potentially make a mistake for their squad. Luai and Cleary, Mam v. Reynolds. Luai and Mam both bring a very unique style of play to this game, and both of them are game breakers in their own right. So Ezra's been playing great. He played awesome in the semi the other night. So did Luai. So I see both of those guys kind of cancelling each other out, doing great things in their own right. And very much the same with Cleary and Reynolds. And this is where Reynolds and his experience over Cleary, just age-wise and playing more big games, you can say. Yes, Cleary has gone to this will be the fourth straight grand final now. But we've seen him at times, in Origin especially, come up with some poor plays or not being able to get the squad over the line. For the majority of times that Reynolds is in these types of positions, he gets them into the right areas. He picks the right decision and does a great job. So it'd be very interesting to see how this plays out. Cleary has the experience in recent time in grand finals, and Reynolds has it back in 2014 before my Cowboys won. Lovely time. So yeah, not a big change in their outside backs, and they both play a very aggressive, speedy style of play. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out, and then Reynolds and Cleary with their kicking games there as well. This is going to be an incredibly fun, amazing battle up top with Moses Leota, James Fisher-Harris up against Flegler and Payne Haas there, and then Isaiah up against Paddy Carrigan. It's going to be a little bit fun as well with the Edge boys in Sorensen and Liam Martin up against Kurt Capewell and Jordan Ricky. You'd say Martin has the edge on that front. Isaiah and Carrigan very, very similar. You'd say definitely that the Panthers front rowers have the edge over Flegler anyway, even though he's an Origin level player as well. But these two have been the best front rowers in a tandem in the game for a few years now. Definitely. You're looking at the number 9s, and both play a very different role. Walters gets out of dummy half a lot more and his ball out in front and is getting much better. Mitch Kenny, a much better defensive 9, and is just doing his job, getting the ball out to the guys in need. Very much a similar role to what they've made Damien Cook do, especially when they were playing well. The South there, just get early ball out in front and defend well. So you could almost say in this spot that Walters may have a little bit of advantage just to try and change things up in the defensive line of the Panthers. He was able to do that last week to a very big advantage for their side. So you're looking at that right now, and the biggest thing that you see with Panthers is just offensively they have great amount of aggression. You see the Broncos probably have a little bit more aggression in attack than you might say the Panthers do. Just a small amount there, but it's definitely enough to be able to ruffle some feathers a little bit and make this a very, very close game. You look at the interchanges for both sides, and you see Luke Garner, Lenu, Lindsay Smith, and Cogger in there for the Panthers. You compare that to Smoothie Piakura, Hetherington, and Palacia, and you would say that here that the Panthers have a better 4 on the interchange, which is going to be very, very helpful to them. They've got guys that play big minutes. Both their back rowers could go big. Fish Harrison, Leota, they'll come in and they'll do their job, and that Spencer comes on and does a great job along with Lindsay as their backup middles. Isaiah Yeo, Carrigan, both will play big minutes. So really, for the most part, it's going to be one through the starters. But that 15 to 20 minutes that it's going to be a lot of the bench guys on is going to pay dividends here. So really, the biggest thing here is are the Broncos going to be able to complete at a high level? Is Walsh going to be able to be that X factor and do great things for him? Because that completion rate is 5% difference, and that's enough. And at this point, if they complete a 5% or less than the Panthers, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for them to win. They're going to have to put on tries when they get their opportunities, and that's going to be hard to do at all times against an incredible defensive outfit. Average play the ball speed a little bit quicker for the Panthers, so we know that that's where defensively for them they can get a little bit out of sorts. The only time you can kind of penetrate them is if you get a quick play of the ball and you can get some offload. So you're looking at that there, and it becomes a little bit difficult to be able to do that. It's obviously a neutral venue for both. They're close to 50% each at Accor Stadium. It's going to be a hectic match, and I cannot wait to watch it myself. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you're going to the match, I hope it is an amazing atmosphere. I'll be watching from the pub somewhere. Can't wait for it. See you later, guys.